I'm back here with another review. I'm actually going to be covering season 2 of Tires. So this show already has 2 seasons, but I wanted to cover season 2 because I feel like the show is not getting talked about as much as it should. It's a really hilarious show. It has Shane Gillis and some of his other friends and comedians that he hangs out with. Yeah, I just wanted to do a review and hopefully, convince some of you guys to check it out. Originally, the funny thing about this show is they actually posted a YouTube short film kind of about this concept a couple years back. And I think it was during COVID. And they were hoping, to get picked up, and they never did get a full show picked up. So they just posted on YouTube and just were like, if anything happens with it, great. If not, at least we can say, we did this one thing. Netflix did end up picking it up for season 1, which was only 6 episodes. They were kind of probably testing the waters with it. How a lot of these other comedies do. People forget that The Office was only like 6 episodes when it first came out. I think the best thing that you can compare this to is it's a workplace comedy compared to The Office or Superstore, if you've seen that. But it's like a more an R-rated version of those shows. Don't hold back on a lot of things. And there's even some things in here that I'm surprised that Netflix even allowed them to say. But I mean, it's all really, really funny, unique, and it's just different. I think it's a nice breath of fresh air from a lot of these other shows that Netflix has been putting out. You can feel like a lot of love for this project that Shane Gillis put together. I don't think a lot of people checked out the first season because it was only a couple episodes. And I think season 2 is really going to start getting more people on board for this show. It's double the amount that it was before. I think it's like 12 episodes. And they really somehow were able to make what worked in season 1 even better and actually improve it. And it's been getting a lot of critical acclaim because of that. And the cool thing about this season is you can definitely see the budget has increased. I mean, there's almost like a new comedian popping up as a cameo. I don't want to spoil who pops up, but there's some major other comedians and stars that pop up in several of these episodes that I was not expecting. And it's really cool to see some of these other people hopping on this project and promoting it. And I hope that this show can turn into a multiple season thing because I really think it's that good, And Shane Gillis is great in it. To me, he's like one of the funniest comedians we have nowadays. Steve Gerben is also really good in it. They have a nice little dynamic, a family kind of feud a little bit, but you can tell that they still love each other, and they mess around and they hate on each other sometimes, but at the end of the day they're going to do what's best for their tire shop. You also have some other cool side characters like Stavros, who also plays this really womanizer character, which is really funny. You got also some other additions that I think really kind of add more depth to some of these other characters. And another standout and new character this season is the father of Shane Gillis's character, who is played by Thomas Hayden Church. He's a great character, and he had some laugh out loud scenes. This, calmness, demeanor, and kind of being this old cool guy. I think it just adds a lot to the show, and I'm really happy they were able to add some more characters, because I think one of the things that the first season was missing was a bigger cast. I mean, not that the cast isn't already really great, but it felt like it needed some more people to add in here, because I mean, the first season only had really, it was just Shane Gillis and Steve Gerben's character. And after that, you have you have the receptionist, and then you have the other second mechanic, and his father would come in occasionally, and Stavros would be there. But there was no real other characters kind of bringing these people all together. And I think his character did a great job of doing that. You also have some other side characters like Shane's girlfriend that comes in halfway through that also adds some more depth to his character, and I think gives him some character growth. And they do a lot more with the other side characters like Cal, the other second mechanic, and Kyla, who's the receptionist. and they were kind of put on the back burner the first season because I think they were still like testing things out, wanting to see, you know, do people really care about these characters? What do they like? What do they don't like? And they actually give them some cool storylines. Like Cal has one really funny storyline throughout the whole season that's about him getting this really shitty car that he improves throughout. I don't want to say what happens with it, but you know, it gave them something more to do other than kind of just be there. And I felt like in the first season, those two characters were kind of just there. They didn't really do anything. They didn't really add anything. They were just there to make some snarky or casted comments, or some, you know, some of those Jim famous looks like how he does in the show. But yeah, they really helped, I think, evolve and give more depth to some of these characters that kind of were more one-dimensional in the first season. And I think if you like Shane Gillis's humor, if you like shows like The Office and other workplace comedies, I think you would really like this show. I think that guys will end up liking this show more than girls. Not that girls won't like this show, but I think a lot of the humor is directed more to guys. Just to give it an overall rating for you guys, if you're curious on what I'm rating it, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this second season. I think they really improved on some of the things that I think that were a little bit more shaky in the first season, and really gave more depth to these characters, had way more episodes to actually be invested into them. And overall, you know, I think it's a fun piece of comedy, and I really suggest, if you guys have Netflix, to check it out. Anyway, that's my quick review today. I hope you guys check out the show, and if you're new here and you want more reviews or interesting shows to check out that you might not know about, please follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.